quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Ryan's Falcons going up against Cousins' Redskins. With that, let's send you up to Landover, where we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Redskins. The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And we are underway from FedEx Field. That's fielded in the end zone. And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. They go play action here on first down. And it's complete to Jacob Tamme. And he's brought down after a good gain. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did. And what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And that man continues to be the NFL leader in receiving yards, over 1,100 for Julio Jones, but quiet in Week 12 against the Cardinals. Just 4 catches, 35 yards.
Have you charted his yardage for the year per game?
It's all over the place, isn't it?
It really is. It really throws you a little bit because you'll have games like this one where we had 35 yards. Now, they won, so he's not worried about it at all, and truly is not worried about it, which is not normal for a wide receiver. But when you look at also when he has the big games, they are massive.
And he coughed it up. And a catch by the new signee from Cincy, Mohamed Sanu. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And, Charles, what a game against the Cowboys for Jordan Reed. 10 catches, 95 yards, 2 touchdowns. He seemed unguardable.
We've talked about how throughout this season, more and more people are starting to realize that Jordan Reed is probably the best route-running tight end in the league. But how about what he does after he catches the ball? His basketball background comes into play. See those crossover steps he was taking? You see those moves he was making? Jordan Reed is something else and played that game with a lot of toughness. Battled through a shoulder injury to finish that game.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And put a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for him.
He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and it's 3rd and short.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Now Cousins. And that is incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target. Now 4th down.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go with Jones. Matt Jones unable to pick up the first. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. And Devontae Freeman just outside of the top 10 in rushing yardage, 729 on the season. And he had 2 more touchdowns in Week 12. Really a nice year for him.
He's made a lot of people revise their scouting report on him because, Brandon, you saw him in college as well. He was one of those guys that was so good at so many different things. I think a lot of people started to call him a jack of all trades, maybe master of none. And we were on.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
So they just got the football on an interception. They almost gave it right back the same way.
And you know, when you look over to the bench after that type of a play, number one is pure relief. Didn't give it up. But it's not the coach you're worried about yelling at you. It's those guys on defense who just intercepted the pass who want to break over there. Hey, take care of the football, man.
So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback, and so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at it, and hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him while still able to cover on the back end.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Start right there. All right, here we go.
A second down throw for Cousins. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. We get a glance at the Redskins defense as they go back out there now. They've certainly got something to build off of. They had the interception last time out.
And now they have to just make sure they're cognizant of not trying too hard for interceptions. Once you get one, it makes you a little more antsy to try and get another one. Now you got to be careful of double moves, different things like that against them. But they like the momentum that they've begun to build.
We'll see if they can keep that momentum going.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
2nd and 10 now. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Preston Smith, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. He's going to look deep down the field. And this will be caught at the 30. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end. You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. On 3rd down, Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this will remain a scoreless game. So it's an empty possession there, and you have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise if this would come up short.
And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. Well, he just threw an interception last drive. Nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of different driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? 'Cause that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now.
On third down, Cousins. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Falcons again on offense, who set a game up on Tampa Bay through 12 weeks in the NFC South. And one guy who helped get them there that maybe many people didn't see doing that, Taylor Gabriel. He's turned out to be a big part of this offense, hasn't he?
He has, and it's so unfortunate for the Cleveland Browns as they try to improve their team and are struggling through a very difficult 2016. That they let this guy go. And in Atlanta, he's turned into a little bit of a cult star, hasn't he? A couple of touchdowns this past Sunday. He's really become a great player. And the Falcons, they even tweeted out thanks to the Browns.
Now Ryan on second down. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. First and 10, it's Ryan. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line, or he's...
Julio Jones all alone. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 57 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. Now it's Chris Thompson on the return. Now a play fake here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Washington. Jamison Crowder, 62 yards. And the Redskins are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee. And that's at the 25.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-point drive last time, to see if the defense, you know, there's rush coming, and he's taken down. Sean Weatherspoon in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Here we go.
Cousins now on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. Third and long for Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. On the return, Hester. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Levine Toilolo, the tight end, is intended target. And now it's second down. Hey, that incompletion gives me a second to say I'm sorry. Because last week I knocked your yams. And my mom made a casserole with yams, and it was spectacular on Thanksgiving. As was the football. It's a great 3 games.
No one knocks the yams first and foremost. And I want to thank your mom for making that casserole and turning you around. But look at the games we had. Minnesota, Detroit. Fourth quarter comeback for Detroit once more. They had a big win. How about the second game? Washington at Dallas. Washington onside kick late with a chance to try and get the ball back and win it. And then the last game, Big Ben, once again a monster performance against the Colts.
Now it's Ryan. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Perry Riley. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
3 yards to go here on second down. Now a second down throw for Cousins. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Weatherspoon. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by the veteran corner, D'Angelo Hall. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time. And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Cousins to throw it. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Cousins. This one caught by Crowder. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. They'll throw again. Cousins. That's caught at the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Offense looks to punch it in here from, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Matt Jones taking it in, and the Redskins have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
That time, a 6-play drive, and it ends with a Matt Jones touchdown run. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Falcons now making their way back out onto the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one. Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Now the 6-year man out of Miami, Matt Bosher on to punt. Back deep here, Jamison Crowder. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it.
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
On second down, Cousins again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Courtney Upshaw in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. Right there. Over.
3rd and long for Cousins. Out to the left here to Reed. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jordan Reed, 31 yards. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. The tight end can kind of be that diamond in the rough secret weapon that you have, and right there they show you why.
And it's becoming less of a secret, isn't it, partner? Every game that we do nowadays, the tight end is a featured receiver, not just a blocker, as in the days of old.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was all finished off by the 17-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. Now a play fake here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. All right, partner, we got Black Friday, Cyber Monday in the rearview mirror. Now it's football focus time, and it's getting towards the playoffs. If we look at the NFC playoff picture right now, legitimately, who can challenge the Cowboys?
Well, I think first and foremost, you're going to say Seattle because of the way they play defense. If they get everyone back healthy, look out. That'd be a heck of a battle. But I'm going to give you one that may surprise you, and I think it's the New York Giants. And the reason being, that's their MO. They get hot late in the season, and they're always a good playoff team.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. He's going to launch this thing. And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Cousins to throw it. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Rashid Hageman in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. A reminder coming up at halftime. Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before that. To throw, Cousins. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
And they pick up the first down on a 4th down play. I don't know if the defense relaxed because they thought maybe they'd stopped them on 3rd down, or if they just didn't protect the sticks very well. But, boy, that's a big-time pickup right there.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Got a man, it's Jackson. Redskins touchdown. Deshaun Jackson from a yard out. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And his throw is incomplete. Charles, as we glance back in Week 12 for a second, of all the games that were played, maybe that Chiefs-Broncos the most significant when you look at the playoff picture?
Most significant and maybe best played. I mean, think about all the excitement that went into that game, all the big plays, both sides having a chance to take control. Kansas City ultimately winning it. But Gary Kubiak, the head coach of Denver, his decision with about a minute to go to try the 62-yard field goal, that's the one that may come back because they had a chance to go ahead and take an overtime tie and put that on their record. Instead, it contributed to a loss.
Yeah, and it dropped the Broncos to 7-4. The Chiefs up to 8-3 behind the Raiders. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Backing up. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now. No. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. They give it and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. It's a pickup of 21, and it'll be first down Washington. And the former 4th-round pick in 2012 continuing to prove some of those doubters wrong that he used to have.
I remember when he got selected, there was a lot of controversy about that, because remember, Robert Griffin III, they made the big move up to take him in the 1st round. And people wondered, why would you take a second rookie quarterback? Well, it's because he's smart, he studies hard.
Touchdown, Washington! Jamison Crowder as the first half is winding down, and the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And that stretches the lead to 27. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it.